Hello, good afternoon. And this afternoon, Tony Edu blasts the special prosecutor as ineffective, saying, unquote, "I don't trust the special prosecutor. He doesn't seem to know what he's doing," end quote.
He talks big, he talks small. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's a shame.
Meanwhile, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has filed criminal charges against 7 individuals and 3 companies, including the former CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, Mustafa Abdul Hamid. And also former NPP Chairman Freddie Blaise slams government, especially North Town MP Okujeto Ablakwa, over the Operation Recover or Loot saga, as he reveals there's been no investigation after the persecution of himself and others.
Particularly Okujeto. I don't want to, now he's a minister, I don't want to say too many things. I should not have a property in Accra when he has the property. The choicest place in Accra.
We'll also hear him on fallout for Wablikuma North as he reveals the party cracking the whip on a number of persons who defied the party's orders not to contest the rerun.
We have been asked, in fact, in some cases we have been referred to a disciplinary committee. We don't know the number of people because we are still going into the details.
All of them related to their decision to defy the party's orders in Wablikuma North?
On various issues, including that.
And in the bulletin today, we'll tell you how Ghana lost over $11 billion in smuggled gold between 2019 and 2023, as the latest Swiss aid data shows more than 220 tons of gold left the country untracked and unaccounted for. And in our Habitat series, we'll take you to Jamestown, where many residents live in homes without toilets, and some are forced to pay their landlords every time they need to ease themselves.
I was having a running stomach, so it was late at night. I came here, the woman has looked, so I have to rush to the marketplace. Then when I get there, the place too was full, so I have to wait. And I was like, hey, you ready? They never told me.
This is News Today, and in this package we have business, sports and showbiz. I am Emefa Akosia Adeti. The bulletin is live from our studios here in Kokomlemle, Accra. And we're also live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125. Joy News, independent, fearless and credible. Please stay for details. Thank you for staying. Let's start with the Office of the Special Prosecutor, where it has filed criminal charges against 7 individuals and 3 companies, including the former CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, Mustafa Abdul Hamid. This is over a sprawling extortion and money laundering scheme involved over 280 million Ghana cedis. In a statement issued on Thursday, the OSP detailed the charges, which stem from investigations launched in late 2024 into alleged diversion of public funds within the petroleum sector, according to the OSP, between 2022 and December 2024. Abdul Hamid, alongside Jacob Kamina Amoa, then coordinator of the Unified Petroleum Pricing Fund, and Wendy Newman, an NPA staff member, orchestrated a criminal scheme to extort payments from petroleum transporters and oil marketing companies. Parts of the statement says, and I'll be reading that to you shortly on your screen. It says that the OSP versus National Petroleum Authority, persons charged in there, total 10 persons, including 7 individuals, 3 companies. Now, what you may also know that these charges, which have been filed at the High Court, the Criminal Division, includes extortion and money laundering, multiple charges of that. Now, it continues to also give us an estimated figure. It says that a little over 280 million, not a little, actually, we should say over 280 million plus unlawfully collected. And that's the amount involved. And I'll tell you the accused persons and just a bit of their profile. Mustafa Abdul Hamid, former CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, and also Jacob Kwabena Amoah, coordinator, the UPPF, and NPA and MD of 3 corporate entities, Propnest, Kel Logistics, and King's Energy, and as well Wendy Newman, NPA staff, and as well Albert Anker, Director, Kel Logistics Limited. Also continues to give us the database of some accused persons. Isaac Mensah, Director, Kel Logistics Limited; Bright Bediako Mensah, Director, Kel Logistics and King's Energy Limited; Kweku Abwaji Akwa, Director, King's Energy Limited, and Propnest Limited as well. And Kel Logistics Limited and King's Energy Limited. You may be wondering why companies have also been sued, because they have an identity of a person and can be sued, and they also can sue. That's why you see them in the accused persons. And that's just a wrap of the details that they've been sharing with the public. Now, away from the OSP, but some way, somehow, Dr. Tony Edu has launched a scathing critique of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, questioning its competence and effectiveness in tackling corruption. According to former diplomat and NDC stalwart, the Special Prosecutor doesn't seem to know what he is doing and must shift from rhetoric to action. Dr. Edu's remarks add to growing concerns about the office's impact since its establishment to fight high-level corruption in Ghana.
So far, we've had the Attorney General in the quest for transparency coming out to reveal steps that he has taken to bring certain persons to book. But so far, we haven't seen any prosecution yet. And I don't trust the Special Prosecutor. He talks big, he talks small. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's a shame. Is he protecting them? Look at the mess he made of the Cecilia case. Look at even the prosecution of this guy from this MC candidate.
Oh.
Yeah. It's never succeeded in any prosecution on corruption. So what are we paying him for?
There's an extent to which he can perform.
If you build up your case, the judges will not ignore evidence. The judge will not ignore the evidence. But if you fail to present a convincing evidence, then that's what you're going to get from the judgment.
So you believe he's not been able to build his case as well?
No, I don't think he's building his case as well. He talks too much.
Now, the former ambassador and NDC stalwart, Dr. Tony Edu, has expressed deep disappointment in the government's handling of illegal mining, declaring that 6 months is long enough for President Mahama to show decisive results in the Galamsey fight, calling for the deployment of 1,000 military personnel to flush out illegal miners within 3 weeks. Dr. Edu stressed that the military must be actively involved if the menace is to be curbed.
Deploy 2 battalions, 1,000 men of infantry, and flush them out of the place.
If this government is not able to do it, will you be disappointed?
Yes, I would be. Because it was an electoral promise. And you can't take Ghanaians for a ride. Akufo-Addo didn't care. So you don't say that Ghanaians don't care about your administration, whether you fight Galamsey or not. If he doesn't solve the Galamsey problem, 208, the Ghanaian people will vote NDC out. These people are killing us slowly. Right now, if you're drinking water, you are scared. The food that you eat, you are scared. Whether it's not contaminated by metals. This is an assault on our territorial integrity, and that's a job for the army. 1,000 men. 2 battalions, flush them out. If necessary, shoot to kill. Because they are killing us.
Are we against the human rights?
What human rights? Are they observing the human rights of 32 million Ghanaians? These people, are they observing it? Do they care? Look at the devastation that they are doing to our forests. 6 months is long enough. Stop the galamsey. Stop the illegal mining.
Away from Dr. Tony Edu, Ghana may be Africa's largest gold producer, but billions of dollars worth of the precious metal continues to vanish through the cracks. A new report by Swiss Aid reveals alarming gaps between what the country declares as gold exports and what actually arrives in destination countries like UAE, India and Switzerland. Over a 5-year period, Ghana is estimated to have lost more than $11 billion in undeclared gold, most of it from small-scale illegal mining. We turn now to our lead data and research analyst here at Joy News, Isaac Kofiaje, to break the data down for us. Isaac, always a pleasure to have you in studio. Yeah, what do we have?
Well, Tony Edu has been complaining about illegal mining, and it looks like most of the inflows, even from that sector that is actually destroying our environment, it's not being tracked by the country, and we are not even getting the needed revenue. In fact, if you look at the current Swiss report, according to them, if you look at the total gold exported out of Ghana between 2019 and 2023, we as a country could not trace and track 229 tons of this gold, which according to them is on average 45.8 tons of gold every year smuggled out of the country without proper tracing and tracking. And what is the economic value of this? $11.4 billion is what we are talking about. We are sacrificing our forests and our lands, and illegal miners are actually everywhere, currently even trying to take cocoa farms and all of that. This is the economic cost that we are talking about. It's exported out of the country, but we are not able to track it. We don't even know where it goes. And our, export partners are saying that we get more than what you record in our books. And the difference between what we have recorded and what our export partners are actually recording is in excess of 11 billion US dollars. We are talking about some 2.8 billion Ghana cedis, dollars every year, which leaves the shores of Ghana without the country actually tracking this. Now, let's take a country like UAE, because when it comes to gold, they are one of our top partners that we trade with. Just look at this graph, which is how much UAE itself has been recording as gold from Ghana in tons. And the light blue line is what Ghana itself is recording. You can see how the gap was very close. So it means that even though it was worse between 2013 and 2017, the gap was very small. But from 2019, and since COVID period, you are seeing that big difference between what UAE is recording on our behalf and what we ourselves, we are recording. And so as it stands now, every year we are not able to account for $2.8 billion worth of gold that leaves the shores of Ghana. That's about 46 tons of gold that leaves without us, tracking and tracing this gold. And
this can only happen through a syndicate, because gold is not, gold is not something you can just carry without it.
Talking about a syndicate, I'm sure you remember that Al Jazeera, gold documentary that was actually aired, and a number of, people were, fingered in that report and all of that. We still haven't been able to know what really that report, but it painted a picture of the systems, the syndicates, and how people smuggle gold out of the country.
Right.
And if you are talking about syndicate, that documentary demonstrated that there are systems like that that takes more than 45 tons of gold from the shores of Ghana every year.
Please proceed. This is for the United Arab Emirates,
yeah,
and of course, because the other
India
countries
and all of that. And if you add all of this, we lose on average close to about, let's say, $3 billion every year. And that's how much we're getting from the IMF.
So if you visited the gold souk in Dubai and you bought a piece of gold jewelry, it's probably from one of those...
Most of them are actually from Africa, not just Ghana, but Congo and other places where they are currently known as war-torn areas.
That's some large data. Thank you so much, Kofi. Now, away from that, former national chairman of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, Freddie Blay, has lashed out at the government, particularly the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, over what he calls as a fruitless persecution of himself and others involved in the Operation Recover or Loot, what you know as Oral Initiative. Mr. Blakwa, who chaired Oral at the time, had accused Blay and his son of being involved in an alleged state capture in the encroachment on parts of land belonging to state-owned Labadi Beach Hotel. Mr. Blay has denied the claims and has since taken legal action. Speaking on PM Express with Evans Mensah last night, Mr. Blay expressed strong resentment over the matter, insisting that no serious investigations had been conducted since the government assumed power.
It's about this, particularly Okujetu. I don't want to, now he's a minister, I don't want to say too many things. I don't want to say loot. And I should not have a property in Accra when he has a property. The choicest place in Accra. And he says he's rented it. The place said, no, they don't rent. They don't rent. You can't even be bold enough to accept that he has a house there. But as it is, it's history. It
may be too early, and the state agencies may be still investigating.
I don't mind. I don't mind. That's not. It's not. If you hit, there is a saying that property is not theft. If you break your friend's house, you also be broken down. If your friend has been able to acquire it, it's possible you can also acquire it. It's against us all to aspire to greater things. But if you have not had it, go and cut your friend down, mow it down, particularly on mere agitation and propaganda. It's very bad. Make it look like your others are thieves and you are the only clean person. When it's not true. Maybe even the opposite may be the truth. But as I said, a lot of water is passing under the bridge. Let's hope that we will be around for a while to know the end of what.
So you say all that was simply much ado about that?
Nothing. Much ado about nothing. We are in court over the land. And then the contest is sound. I mean,
assessing John.
Mr. Blay also commented on the Ablekuma North parliamentary rerun, where the NPP candidate defied party orders not to contest. He noted that while the National Council has accepted her apology, several individuals have been referred to the party's disciplinary committee for further action.
The result was, you could see it's only 200 laws. Maybe if you had decided to go fully, she could have maintained it. But it was a question of principle. The party decided not to do that because of principle.
Do you regret that the party you didn't participate fully?
Who?
Do you regret that the party didn't just simply put
looking back, I don't think we regret it. Maybe our candidate should not have taken part, but she did.
Was she the only one who was asked to apologize?
Well, quite a number of people have been asked. In fact, in some cases, we have been referred to a disciplinary committee. We don't know the number of people because we are still going into the details.
All of them related to their decision to defy the party's orders in Ablekuma North?
Well, various issues, including that.
So what you're confirming is that certainly there are some individuals who have been referred to the disciplinary committee because of their decision to defy the party's directive on Ablekuma North? Well,
not just to defy, because they didn't offer themselves for, let's say, elections. The only one who offered herself for election is the...
But those who went there to support and campaign, etc.?
Well, we did some acts that we should know. I said we are investigating what to do, what some people who conduct might have been interpreted as having defied or gone against the party's constitution and the resolutions of National Council.
Now, turning to the upcoming National Delegate Conference, Mr. Blay said several key proposals are under discussion, including calls to limit the age bracket for youth organizer aspirants and proposals to expand the Electoral College to allow male delegates to vote in the election of women organizers. However, he ruled out any move to extend voting rights to all card-bearing members of the party.
Well, yes, it's not a very big expansion. And we said that we should have some of our past executives of the party from top to bottom have the right to vote, because their votes at every party election, and then we should respond.
So this is a limited expansion, not one that is open up to every card-bearing member of your party.
And then we will increase the electoral area representation. It used to be only 1 or so. We want to make it maybe 5, and then executives could also cast their vote.
Now, he also revealed the candidate he's backing in the party's upcoming presidential primaries.
An opinion.
No, you're just a member of the National Council.
Yes.
You must have an opinion.
I definitely have an opinion.
Yes.
Definitely have
do you
an
support
opinion.
any of the aspirants?
I do.
Baumia?
Definitely.
You support Baumia?
I support Baumia.
Why?
Well, I think he's best marketed. The candidate that I have not changed my opinion about ideas that he had for this country. I think maybe we did not do the marketing very well, and we allow propaganda and agitation to cloud some people's perception, and for that matter, they did not consider him for the best. But let's give him a little more time, and let's see what other people are doing with regards to economy and governance. Then, of course, people in this country will see for what it is. I have not changed my opinion about him.
Now let's stay on this a bit further, and joining me on phone is Dr. Asa Asante, political scientist, head Center for European Studies, University of Ghana. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Doc. And let's start with institutions like the CDD have also said that, well, let's expand the internal party electoral colleges as a way to curb vote buying. What do you make of this?
I think that research is nothing but apt description of the situation on the ground. Because if you look at what has transpired so far within the political space, you have no other means to say that, look, that is the best way out. Once you broaden the electoral base, you jettison all the inducement processes that are contained in such exercise. So I believe, and I support the CDD research, if we want to cure that mischief where people virtually or literally buy voters and they go and vote for them, not necessarily based on message, not necessarily based on content that they have or their vision that they have for this country, but just in purely on grounds of inducement. So that expansion of the electoral college would cure that mischief. I have no doubt in my mind.
Dr. Sasante, so Mr. Freddie Blay disagrees. He thinks that it shouldn't be open for all card-bearing members of the party. But I know that as well in larger spectrum of elections, we still see vote buying.
Yeah, I disagree with Mr. Blay because this can be done. Those who argue along those lines want to maintain the existing, structure that is there. The structure that elected their flag bearer, which people have a problem with that. So I believe that if they want to do away with all these type of concerns, they must. It is in their own interest to open the role so that more people will come in and neutralize everything. So that otherwise people will continue to harbor pain and ill feeling against the party that they still want to maintain the existing order, so as to make sure that they deny people the genuine opportunity to participate within the country, their party.
Doc, let's stay there a bit further. So the person who votes in such an electoral college, is it not just a reflection of the larger spectrum of a voter? If the person can take money in a small size, they are unable to take it if it's on a larger scale? And will this not mean that the person contesting will then now have to find a way to raise more money because they have more people to satisfy?
It is obvious that if you have more people, the chances are that you will not be able to influence all of them.
Right.
And that is what you want to achieve. Okay. That the fact that people can have money and literally go out there and buy votes is what you want to discourage, because it doesn't inure to the benefit of anybody. Remember, we are building a solid democracy, and it is not monocracy. So that problem that exists, the best way to cure is to expand that college, so that more people will come in. They neutralize the system, and then you see those who really are in love with a certain message or candidate and they vote for. Remember also that it is one means by which you can also boost the confidence of people who have been neglected by the party through the machinations of various political actors within. People come to office and then they say, I'm not going to work with you. They silence some people. When people have the voting right and they are able to vote, obviously they are united and solid behind the party.
Well, finally, Dr. Asante, so are you surprised that the NPP's candidate defied the orders of the party and still contested? Now, Mr. Freddie Blay has also indicated that they have referred some individuals to disciplinary committee. Is this in order?
Oh, I know it's just a political gimmick. I said it on your network before the election, because you see, on what basis can an individual jettison the orders of NEC, which is made up of all the important people in the party, and that individual can throw away the decision of that party, and more so, he goes ahead to contest election using the name of the party. I tell you, from where I sit and the way I know MPP, somebody would have gone to court on that day to restrain that person. But it tells you that there were forces who were behind that decision, and so all that they are doing is just, smoke screen. There is nothing true about that, because are they ready to sanction that individual? But what they don't know is that by that action alone, you have opened the floodgate for people to misbehave in the party in another faction when opportunity comes, because they saw that Mr. A did it and nothing happened to him. He just apologized and he accepted that apology. That should not be the way you organize party. Right. You organize party based on institutions. And what are the institutions I'm talking about? The rules, the regulations, the procedures, the norms. You make sure that they work irrespective of somebody's status, irrespective of somebody's knowledge and the rest of them. You treat all people equal. That then people can share in that dream of the party.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Asante, for joining us today. Now, away from that, President John Mahama has revealed fresh details about a new Accra-Kumasi expressway his administration plans to construct. The new highway, he says, will be a 6-lane carriageway, 3 lanes in each direction, with construction scheduled to begin early next year. The project, he emphasized, is entirely different from the ongoing project or dualization works.
Hundreds of market women at the KDT market screamed in excitement as they welcomed President Mahama shortly after he wrapped up an inspection of ongoing works on the second phase of the KDT market project. One of the market leaders did not hold back her frustration with the previous administration for failing to complete the project after 8 years. She expressed confidence that President Mahama would deliver. She said, "You've been in office for only 6 months," she says, "but we are amazed by what you've already done for traders. You have made trading easier for us. Thank you." She continued, "We believe you are the one who can finish this project." "Our father, my only wish is that after 4 years, you seek re-election. We, the traders, will vote for you," she says. In his address, President Mahama assured the traders that those who are affected by the project would be prioritized once it's completed.
Ejumane drew 66% completion. Enti ye be shemukina sene be ya ombetimi awie ne ntem ebedru afie eba ebedru na wie ye no na chese edwa no ye wie kra.
He said The work is 66% complete. We are going to fast-track it so it is done on time to be ready by the end of next year. The combined first and second phases will accommodate about 20,000 traders. Those who are affected during the second phase construction will be given priority before new allocations are made. The contractor has also agreed to repair the section of phase 1 that was affected by the fire, he says.
Phase 2 no. Ya chiro munyina di fefefe. Enti ye wiesa adwana omo ene de ombekwa akotena ho first. Asana yaje ebim so abeka ho. Na ansa na ebe wie phase 2 no so. Contractor no aje atumu se bebia ehye ya eye phase 1 no. Ehon so mbeba be ye die.
Maxwell Obagba joins us on the phone. Maxwell, what's up with the president today? We understand the overlord of the Mampurugu Kingdom is expected to pay him a courtesy visit. Tell us more.
So the overlord of the Mampurugu traditional area and kingdom, the Nairi Na Buhagu Mahami Abdullah Sheriga, is expected later today, and expected to feature prominently in the discussion based on what happened. We had of that conflict, and also one of the priority areas for the president for long-lasting peace for the Boko conflict, to end. 1 week after he was sworn into office in January 2025, President Papa visited the Nairi. That was his first major assignment in Accra after inauguration, and was part of his efforts to address the ongoing conflicts, the ongoing Boko, conflict. Also, come up is issue of infrastructure development, and during thank you tour sometime in June, the Nairi speech read on his behalf articulated some pressing concerns regarding issues affecting the region, including the absence of a regional hospital in Malerigu, and among others. So issues of infrastructure development, the Boko conflict, and many others are expected to feature prominently in the conversations later today when the Nairi visits the Jubilee House.
Right, Maxwell, thank you so much for that update in the Ashanti region. You're watching News Today, and still to come in our Habitat series, we'll take you to Jamestown, where many residents live in homes without toilets, and some are forced to pay their landlords every time they need to ease themselves.
I was having a running stomach, so it was late at night. I came here, the woman has looked, so I have to rush to the marketplace. Then when I get there, the phase 2 was full, so I have to wait. And I was standing, I was like, hey, you ready? They didn't never to me.
Hundreds.
Welcome back to Business here on Joy News Today. My name is Winston Taki, and our first business story. Anglo-Gold Ashanti Obuasi Mine has commissioned an 8.4 million Ghana cedi state-of-the-art robotics center to foster innovation and skills development among the youth in the Obuasi enclave. The Obuasi Robotics Center is equipped with modern lab compartments to provide learners with ideation to execution support in engineering, coding, and problem-solving innovation. The intervention is aimed at transforming education and empowering Anglo-Gold host communities to produce young entrepreneurs and inventors. Here's more a report by Clinton Yeboah.
Enclave boasts of science and technology schools, including the Obuasi Secondary Technical School, who are multiple trophy holders for nationwide science, invention, and innovation challenges. The Robotics Center was built as part of Anglo-Gold Ashanti's broader educational transformation agenda on its 10-year socio-economic development plan. The center includes a robotics lab, the engineer room for hands-on innovation, and a general-purpose lab to imagine, design, and build. The center also includes an exhibition hall to display and share achievements. Managing Director of AngloGold Ashanti, Engineer Samuel Pobi, indicated the center is in line with the mine's vision to facilitate development in Obuasi.
Today marks a powerful step forward in shared dream. The dream of making Obuasi great again. A dream where the brilliance of our past is matched and surpassed by the promise of our future. A dream where our young ones, our sons and daughters are empowered not just to survive, but to thrive in a world defined by innovation, science, and technology. This center, the first of its kind in our municipality, is not just a building, it is a beacon of hope, a launchpad for imagination, and a gift for the future of Obuasi.
In Obuasi, the center will provide support to the Obuasi Technical School and neighboring schools in their existing and aspiring projects in agricultural and sustainable innovations. Obuasi Municipal Chief Executive Fostilaf Apia lauded AngloGold for the concerted commitment to influence progress in the municipality. This
fully finished center is not just a remarkable investment in physical infrastructure, but a profound investment in the future of our students and, by extension, the future of that municipality. As a municipal chief executive, I say together with the entire municipal assembly that we deeply appreciate the bold solid commitment of AngloGold Ashanti towards the development of Obuasi, especially in the area of education.
The Ashanti Regional Director of Education, William Amankra Apia, says their project will help efforts to transition education from theory to practice.
Robotics education encourages students to explore the practical appreciation of science and math, bridging the gap between theory and practical. It fosters teamwork, experimentation, and resilient skills that are valuable in the classrooms and in life.
For Joy News, my name is Clinton Yeboah.
Now, away from that, in line with government's 24-hour economy program, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, NIT, is optimistic about leveraging its virtual branches across the country to significantly boost compliance. There is more in this report.
The virtual platform will enable users to perform various transactions, including registration, contribution payments, and benefit applications from the comfort of their own offices or homes. By leveraging its virtual branches, SNIT hopes to increase compliance rates by making it easier for employers to register and pay contributions for their employees. Speaking to Joy Business at the Employers' Breakfast meeting, Director General of SNIT, Kwesi Afre-Binin, said the increased accessibility and convenience of its virtual services will encourage more employers to comply with contribution requirements, ultimately boosting the scheme's coverage and sustainability.
We're targeting to take compliance to about 90% between this year and end of next year. And we believe it's possible because over the last 5 years, we've moved from about 60% to close to 80% today. So we are pretty confident that if we continue these engagements and get it right and provide the convenience that makes it easier for people to be compliant, we can scale above 90% within the next 24 months. What we are seeking to do is to scale that to the next level, where you have a virtual branch manned by people. So today, for instance, somebody dials into our data center and requests for things to be done. At that point, that person picks the information and relies on the existing departments or branches to give you feedback. The strategy now is that let's have a fully compliant virtual branch where once you dial in, there's somebody who is readily available to serve you and to give you a quicker feedback.
Chief Executive of the Ghana Employers Association, Alex Frimpong, pledged their commitment to support SNIT to achieve its targeted contribution rate of 90%.
Times are changing, and it is very important that SNIT also change the way they interact with employers and also the contributing public.
That's all for business here on Joy News today. We have more business update for you on the marketplace at 1 p.m. Up next is sports.
Let's do sports now on the midday segment. My name is Haruna Mubarak. Now, the Ministry of Sports and Recreation has rewarded Ghana's Black Queens with a $2,000 cash prize for reaching the quarterfinals of the Women's AFCON. After a slow start to the competition, the Queens turned the tide with a 4-1 win over Tanzania to qualify for the last 8 for the first time since 2016. Now, midfielder Chantal Boy-Khloka says they are now eyeing the ultimate prize.
We take the trophy. We take the trophy. I think we deserve it. I think we deserve the respect from African football, and I wanna give this continent so much respect, but I also want to gain it, and the only way you gain that is by performing, by showing who we are. And so a successful tournament for me is taking home the only thing that you can take home.
Have you been able to go through some of the compliments or the plaudits that you've received, and how have you taken them as a footballer or as a person?
To be honest, I've looked through a lot of them, but not all of them. And it's just pure energy I'm feeding off it. It's just so much positivity. Like, I'm getting so much love. The team's getting so much love, and it's only right for the team to be noticed right now. So yeah, I'm proud, and I keep saying I'm grateful, but I'm beyond grateful of the support that I'm shown, and that the girls are shown, and I just want to keep giving, because they're giving me so much, they're giving the team so much. So it's only right we give to them.
Now, Ghana's Black Satellites are likely to face Group B leaders Ivory Coast in the semi-finals of the Wafu B Under-20 Cup. This follows their 1-0 win over Benin, which sealed qualification to the last 4 of the competition. Their head coach is Desmond Ofer, and he has been speaking about the character shown by his boys.
Victory. To be fair, we needed this. We needed this because we had to show some character. We have to show some grit. And for me, this is what was missing in the last game, and the boys showed it today. And luckily, we came away with a very good goal, and that led to the 3 points. So we're very happy, and we can look ahead in the next round to see who comes. I think one word is character. We told them in the halftime that it's not so much about how good we are on the day, but we have to do everything to try and get the 3 points. And they showed character today. They worked really hard. Like I said, this is something that the team needed. So we're really happy that in such occasions, the team and the players can rise to the occasion. And in the end, it was a good goal, good quality goal. And we are very happy. We also have to give it up to Benin because they didn't give us an easy game. And we tried everything to manage it, and we did it really well. So for our boys, it's really good for them, good experience. And they can only get better. We can only get better for the next round. So we're very happy. You can see that it's a good team, hard-working team. We knew they were going to be very aggressive, in a positive way, of course. We knew that they were going to give everything because they had to win the game, or they needed a point. So we were ready, we were prepared. And like I said, it was a good test for our boys to see the other side of the game. Like, okay, if it doesn't go your way, technically or tactically, how can you make sure that you get the points over the line? And like I said, the mentality was good. So we're very happy, and yeah, we push on.
And that's your sports on JM Today. My name is Haruna Mubarak, and back to you, my MFA.
That's nice. Thank you so much, Mubarak. Now, you're still watching Joy News Today, and as President Mahama toured the Ashanti region yesterday, His renewed promise to complete the long-awaited Siwa Regional Hospital project stood out like a beacon of hope for residents of Siwa. The hospital, originally designed to ease the patient's load on the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital and improve healthcare delivery across the region, has become a symbol of political start and stop. Though much of the physical structure appears complete from afar, questions linger about its operational readiness, staffing and infrastructure. My colleague Nana Bwachi Yadom is in Siwa community and joins us live. Nana Bwachi, what's the state of the hospital project as you're there currently?
Assurance, even before becoming president or taking over as president on January 7th, his government or his political party had made numerous promises towards the completion of the Siwa Government Hospital. It was reiterated during his thank you tour in the Ashanti region yesterday. Today we are in the Siwa community to engage with residents of what they take with regards to the president's decision or the president's promise to complete the Siwa Government Hospital. Fortunately, I have with me a pregnant woman who stays in the community. Madam, and now say, say, me, sure say, with the pan.
Pacho, I am the part that stands say, Sebasa, walk come a crana, mean rich if it's a quano. She said, there I say, so my many ya my and Tama. Now, so I walk come here. Yanus and famine and Tinakam Nabu, and famine could do. I will go no. Let me see Munina. I am me. And Sumeti say, Yera Mahama. Eba be a yama, tis a mania jama me when ya mean, tis a come, I'm a farm bag ya. Meti fetch the hammer drew. Tell me the pa say, Yakupa man and Quania, what dear, what is that? I do not run his own rammer do me a normal boy, or Hasusiana. Sebi a yarin nomine, a pin 40 say, and mono. Yen quachi not to say, Beba. Yes, ye dim hayama, yes, and what I am. Tiadanasi Panya Mishrano.
Okay, so what she is saying is that as a pregnant woman, this comes as good news to her, because if she is about to deliver her baby, she would not have to move all the way to Agogo to deliver her child. She just pick her bag and then go to the Siwa Regional Hospital, which is just some few minutes away from her house. And she says that any other person who is sick and also fasting or fastly or hastily, for lack of a better word, go to the Siwa Regional Hospital for treatment. And so she's excited about this new development and the promise made by President John Mahama. Now, first, Muni Hospital, said the name Muni Hospital. A quite mention I'm a first one, Muyamoniama Okronum. A banaya Rishimua.
Pacho, a banaya Rishimu dia, your clinic, Kakrebi wa Hasia, a honum Nayako. Tis a corner of Mont Mahwadin to me, no more butchers any. Fakwa Gogo. And I say Fako, Jachi Pramsu, no more show. But when you made me, they can say not baying. Until drew a near friend, I ever quack to mamma, as I could watch yourself a quack a siemu beam, and Nancy a druk a siemu precuncianiaji. So, what dear Abayan, sir, Yamishrano.
That's a Madame Patonzo, so what's in you see, Ofana saying?
Oh, me fancy the menu pin for air cane. If you say a quine or any, said the last time 2023, and I mean, saying. Yede me drew plums so no na no odin se wo be free na wo be drew plums so no na wable enti yewura mahama aba se wo be ye hospital ma ye pe ba na ade ba kwa na ham ne ekwan no so ye kwan ne ma ye na se wo ye obia hospital ma ye ya apemfo ne ye ma ehwehwa ne yawe mu no ye mre enkwa plums so ne agugubiem metima fam bag no ma ba ha ya ma ba be drew ama doctors for nurse for night actually until that yewura mahama ase.
All right, thank you very much. What she's also saying is that she's grateful to the president for the promise to complete the Siwa Government Hospital. She says that she was pregnant last year and looking at her condition, by the time they drove her from Siwa to the nearby hospital, it was a bit tragic. But with the promise of completing the Siwa Government Hospital, she's hopeful that any other person who needs health care will be able to get it fast from here when the hospital project is complete. Boss, me also we ejuma community hospital na yesi yebabe.
A 7-year-old boy was left humiliated after he soiled himself, all because a public toilet attendant rejected his 520 Peswa coins. It's part of a growing trend in Accra's market, where traders and service providers increasingly reject the country's smallest legal tender, forcing prices to be rounded up. But Lawyers warn it's illegal and offenders risk up to 3 years in jail. Jemima Ando explores the fading value of Ghana's coins in this feature, Vanishing Pesos.
There is a growing frustration in parts of Accra as vendors, transport operators, and even public toilet attendants continue to reject Ghana's 10 and 20 pesewa coins, which are legal tenders issued by the Bank of Ghana. Fazia Ibrahim sells spoons at the Kingsway Market, but recently, her concerns have stretched far beyond the goods she sells. A few weeks ago, she handed her 7-year-old son 3 20 pesewa coins to use the public toilet near their home at Abusokai Zongo. What followed left her in shock.
Your coins are a and a major issue. Nancy of late, me Beljuma, and I'm a mammy ban 20 pesos in Miensa. Say, yeah, baby, dinner off uncle. Me go and I this scanner, but so quite a pamuno, say in this scanner, and to a toilet.
Fozia says customers are now rejecting the coins in the market when she gives them as change.
It's better to my banning in penny for and say, your pacho, and your pacho, if I know my sign, and I, if I know my issues are all done, say, your 5 pesos, your 10 pesos, and 1 peso, and me and I buy my issue statement, be me and the coins now. And I say, coins no, and I am so, and I am fast. Now say, yet, will be told, then all the coins, mano, especially 20 pesos, 10 pesos, also on Gia, also on Dia, anything.
Fozia is not alone. At the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, Mavis Kwanda has been selling coins for nearly a decade.
Because me the baha, yes, would the ma will be our so on pet. By some kind, so the ma will be a ebony. Once I say, men she share, be about the man I was his scowy dear NDB ebony.
At the Circle Lorry Station, the branch secretary, Ni Amponsa, says many drivers and bus conductors now refuse to accept the coins.
A lot of passengers, the drivers, and those who sell here are always complaining. They don't refuse, but they reject it. The way you give it to them, they don't collect it anymore. Because it is not now usable. From my point of view, it's no more usable. You can't use it anymore.
Director of Currency Management at the Bank of Ghana, Dominic Owusu, says the coins play a vital role in stabilizing the prices of goods and services.
Because in its absence, people will be rounding prices. And one interesting thing is that the coins stay in circulation longer.
Private legal practitioner Samson Ladi Ayenini reveals individuals who reject them risk a jail term of up to 3 years.
You could face 3 years in jail. Yes, as many as 3 years in jail, or in addition to the jail term, you could face 700 penalty units. That's about 8,400 Ghana cedis.
When this continues, it is the poor who suffer the most. In fact, the people who count every coin to survive. Without small change, they end up paying more for the same things. Jemima Ando's report read to you.
Now, imagine needing to use a toilet late at night, but your home has none. In Jamestown, that's the daily reality of many, including 23-year-old Evelyn, who walks long distances and pay each time nature calls. Some residents are even charged by their landlord to visit. Now, Florence Ahodagbe reports for Habitat Series.
Jamestown is one of Ghana's oldest communities. Here, home is not always a place of comfort. For many families, daily survival means more than just affording rent. It's about access to life's most basic dignity. 23-year-old Evelyn lives here with her fiancé and their young daughter. The wooden structure she calls home has no toilet.
Because we don't have washroom in this house, so we have to pay. But we didn't know there's no washroom. We go outside. and pay for it. Then you can use the washroom. I've had a random story, but for that situation, you have to make sure you have money on you. If not that, you disgrace yourself. So me, the washroom that you don't have around or in this house there, it's a problem.
When nature calls, Evelyn must pay to answer every single time.
Me, all that I do is I make sure I have money on me so that I can use the washroom outside every day, anytime that I want to use the washroom. But as for this place, the woman used to lock it around 8 to 9. It's locked. So if you go there in the slope, you have to move for it. Go to the marketplace to go and use that place.
In some homes, tenants must pay per use to answer nature's call or rely on neighbors if they are lucky.
I remember I took a drug and my stomach I was having a running stomach. So it was late at night. I came here, the woman has looked, so I have to rush to the marketplace. Then when I get there, the place too was full, so I have to wait. And I was standing, I was like, hey, you ready? They didn't ever to me. It's in the good when you ask Hannah. So the man there, the one taking the money, have to go and tell those inside to hurry up because there's someone outside.
Evelyn has come far. From sleeping on pavements outside a company building at Arena to this room she now calls home.
That's how we wrap the bulletin for today. I am Emefa Akosi-Adeti. For more news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. Please stay for Marketplace.